Chapter 23. A distressing turn of events. The boys could not believe their eyes. How could Caius still be alive? A miracle of the gods must have occurred. "It's not really him, it's his ghost," Antonius mumbled. But Xanthippus was not about to believe in ghosts. Beaming, he cried, "By the golden light of Helios, what a wonderful surprise to have you back, Caius. We'd despaired of ever seeing you again. Udo saved me." "Udo?" His friends were dumbfounded anew. "Then it was because of you that he disappeared from here?" Julius asked. Caius nodded. "How did he know you were locked up in the catacombs?" Publius asked. Caius lowered himself to the bed and gloomily stared at the floor. Inexplicably, he seemed unhappy about his rescue. He began speaking. "Udo listened through the wall next door in the secret chamber and heard Antonius say I was in cell 13. With that, he took right off. About an hour ago he quietly opened the door to my cell and motioned for me to follow him." The gladiators were all still sleeping. Udo knew when the guards made their rounds past my cell. Then he brought me back into the open air through an underground canal. "The secret passageway!" Antonius cried. "But where is Udo?" Xanthippus asked with concern. "Why didn't he come with you?" "He went back into the catacombs again. He didn't say why." "He must be mad to risk his life a second time," Antonius said. "I came through a manhole into daylight in a little lonely street in Subura," Caius resumed. "I ran home as fast as I could. I was afraid the ex-gladiator might still be after me." "You're in for a surprise now, Caius," Julius piped up. "We put an end for all time to that cutthroat's handiwork." He gave Caius a quick account of the terrifying visit the ex-gladiator and Minimos had paid on Xanthus' school, and of Ramses' triumph. "Just think," Antonius exclaimed, laughing. "The ex-gladiator wanted to cut off our heads." "Go ahead and laugh," Flavius broke in angrily. "I'm the one he almost stabbed." Caius was half listening, hunched over the bed. He sat and stared before him, looking depressed. "So, you've taken him prisoner," he muttered. "Of course I couldn't have known that. That's why, as a precaution, I had 4 of our slaves bring me to you in a closed sedan chair." "Claudia must have been ecstatic to see you," Rufus said. Caius didn't answer. All he did was sigh deeply. His friends were puzzled. They thought Caius still was suffering from his experiences in the catacombs. He was a tough, brave young Roman, to be sure, but one night in the catacombs could make even a grown man faint-hearted. "I've got a great idea," Antonius burst out, casting a sidelong glance at Caius. "Today we'll throw a terrific feast, either at my house or at Mucius's. We'll make a celebration fire in the garden and dance around it." "And before we eat, we'll offer the gods our thanks," Flavius said. "We've got every reason in the world to celebrate," Julius cried enthusiastically. "Caius is saved, Mucius is back with us, the thug Gorgon is locked up, and your father, Caius, is no longer in danger." "From now on all is nectar and ambrosia," Antonius said, rejoicing. "We should invite Claudia to the feast, too," Rufus said. "And Master Xanthus," Mucius said. "Without him we would have been helpless." "Thank you," Xanthippus said, "but I don't like to dance, and certainly not around a fire." The boys laughed loudly, all except Caius. Then all at once he began to cry. His friends were aghast. "What's the matter?" Flavius asked anxiously. "Dear friends," Caius said between sobs, "I've come back only to bid you all farewell forever." He tried frantically to control his sobs. "What? What do you mean?" Mucius stammered. "My father, Claudia, and I are all lost," Caius said in a monotone. "A grim fate awaits us." Uncomprehending and troubled, the boys stared at him. Xanthippus was deeply disturbed. "Pull yourself together, Caius," he said gently. "What has happened? Why are you lost?" "My father can't find the treasure of 100,000 gold pieces Governor Polino embezzled." "Ah, so those are the riches Captain Ammon was talking about," Xanthippus said. "Now I understand. This all concerns the gold that disappeared 11 years ago in the battle in the Teutoburg forest. Is that it, Caius?" "Yes," said Caius. 10 legionnaires had buried the gold so it wouldn't fall into the hands of the Germans. Of those 10, only one is alive, the prefect, Manilius. He waited until his brother-in-law Paulino was made governor. Then he told him about the treasure and agreed to share it with him. "Where have you suddenly learned that?" Julius asked in astonishment. "Tyro told me a while ago. My father trusts him completely." "But your father had Paulino arrested in Veii," Mucius said. "Why doesn't he make him tell where the money is?" "Paulino is dead," Caius said. "Dead?" the others repeated. "He fell on his sword right after he was taken prisoner." Caius resumed in a faltering voice. Once he had dug up the gold, he told no one where it was hidden, not even Manilius. My father learned some time ago from one of his spies that Paulino had discovered the 10 million sesterces, and so my father told the emperor. The gold belongs to the emperor, and he needs it badly. All this had to remain a state secret as long as Paulino was free. He couldn't be arrested in his fortress in Germania. It's protected by 10 regiments of his legionnaires. The emperor and my father had to wait until he came to Rome. "He was going to escape to Ethiopia with Manilius," Mucius cried. "My father didn't know that," Caius said. "But how can you say you're lost and are awaiting a grim fate?" Julius asked. "The emperor has demanded that the gold be found by the time he returns from Capri, and he arrives tonight." "It's not your father's fault that he can't find the gold," Mucius said. "You don't know the emperor," Caius said softly. "Oh, yes, I do," Julius muttered, looking anxiously around. "Just as I got home, my father was coming back from the Senate," Caius continued. "Did your father know he was marked for murder?" Julius interrupted. "No," Caius said. "He was shocked when I told him. 'By Pluto,' he cried, 'Paulino's spies have been working too, but at last we have him in our power.' My father had hardly spoken when the centurion Marcus Turnus appeared. He was the commanding officer of the Praetorians who, on my father's orders, captured Paulino at Veii. He told him of Paulino's suicide. My father turned as pale as this bedsheet. 'Now I'll never find the gold,' he said. 'I'm lost. Caius and Claudia and I will be sent by the emperor into the marble quarries at Paros, sentenced to a life of hard labor.'" "Horrible!" Flavius groaned. "What a shocking turn of events," Xantippus said, huskily. "Claudia couldn't survive the strain for 14 days, Rufus stammered. "Then we must save her and Caius too," Mucius said resolutely, "this instant, before it's too late." Antonius proposed a plan of action. "We can hide you in our cave today. Once night comes, disguised as beggars, you'll flee into the hills. Claudia must cut her hair and dress like a boy. We'll take a scissors along." "Claudia will have her own scissors," Publius said. Antonius replied irritably, "They might be dull." "And you are dull-witted," Publius retorted. "Quit arguing over stupid scissors," Mucius barked at them. "We must get going at once. Come on, Caius." "No, thank you. You're troubling yourselves for nothing. I'm not going to leave my father alone. I've got to help him in the marble quarries. My father is 60. Claudia, too, has sworn that she will never abandon him. My father told us to run away, but for the first time we've disobeyed him." "We'll save your father, too," Rufus shouted. "We'll hide all 3 of you." "Will you?" Caius said, looking up hopefully. "What an idiot I am," Mucius put in. "I should have thought of that immediately. Of course we'll save all 3 of you." Julius protested. "But we can't take them into our cave. It's too close to Vinicius's villa. The emperor's police dogs will sniff around the whole area." "I've got a better idea," Antonius said. "We'll hide them over there in the house of the dead magician, Lucas." He pointed out the window to a tower-like building diagonally across from Xanthus's school. "It's been deserted since Lucas's death. Nobody ever goes in there. Everybody knows it's haunted by Lucas's ghost, and the ghost of a magician is especially terrifying." "We don't have time to worry about ghosts now," Mucius said. "There is nothing worse than the marble quarries at Paros. Lucas's house will make a perfect hiding place." Mucius broke off and shot Xantippus a questioning look. The others were anxious to know, too, what their teacher thought about their plan. To their astonishment, Xanthippus was scribbling mysterious numbers on a piece of papyrus. He was so absorbed in what he was doing that apparently he had not been listening to the boys at all. His pupils were surprised at him. Could he have lost interest suddenly in the fate threatening Vinicius, Caius, and Claudia? But they were very much mistaken. Xanthippus was making a desperate attempt to find a happier solution to the problem of the Vinicius family.